evening. Good evening. So this is the True Foundry ML platform engineering assessment tasks that I was assigned to do from the 22nd to the 26th of December. So so the task was to build a sentiment analysis API for using FastAPI and any other ML machine learning framework or deep learning framework of our choice. So as we can see, this has been built up. So I have built up the following APIs under the tags app and API. So the app API actually interfaces with the app in the front end, which is being built in React, but that is for the next time. And the API is for the raw APIs that can be used. So as we can see, like, this is the app inference where we input a sentence, and the output is the sentence along with the sentiment of the sentence. So here we go. Please don't be so rude. We have this negative, and if we give here thank you so much, the output becomes positive. Or if I'm giving I'm so happy, the output is positive. So as we can see, the ML API, the sentiment API works as intended, and then we can move on to the code base. If we see from the code base, we have this. I have standardized these methods. The inference is completely done using the method infer, which is implemented internally, with the other models and interfaces with them. So this type of interface has been kept so that the models can be swapped interchangeably without additional code base parts being changed. So as we can see, this is the app router, and this is the sentiment, the request model in the sentence, and the other APIs alongside. And we can also see these schemas. These are simple schemas just for validation from Pydantic. And here we have the pre-processing that removes the abbreviations, 1, and 2 pre-processes the sentence to remove other symbols and other noise that might be present in a sentence. These are the REST API routes. And now we go to the models. So right now I have only implemented a scikit-learn model that I've been able to implement a scikit-learn model. I am working on a PyTorch model right now, but for the time being, this is the text classifier model, and the flow of the model goes like this. The sentence is input, it is converted into a TF-ID, it is converted into a vector form using the TF-IDF vectorizer, and then it is passed to a random forest classifier model that classifies the sentiment as positive or negative. And this is the model, as we can see, and this is the training method. And for the inference, this is the API, this is the inference API, which calls the method infer. I have tried to maintain a similar API structure throughout the code base so that those APIs can be swapped out interchangeably whenever required. And I have also created the Docker files, and the Docker ignore, and the Docker files for building the backend and the front end images separately. Here is one Docker file, and here's another. And from there you can see I have also built a docker compose.yml file so that I can integrate the backend and the front end services into one complete whole coordinated service. And as you can see, this is how I've trained it on the data. This is how I've trained the data. And for reproducibility of the ML models, I've created the separate weights, and I've stored them the best.pkl. It's similar to the industrial standard that is followed for the deep learning and other frameworks, and other models, say YOLO and all. And as we can see, these are the main components of the entire code base. And for more details, you can look up to the GitHub repository and get the code base. Other than that, the doc strings will also be helpful, because I I've summarized the entire, like the working of the entire function in the docstring, so that anybody who is reading the code base can actually try to understand what's going on behind the scenes. Thank you.